everyone, and welcome back to another super cool radio interview. I'm your host, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have an awesome guest joining me at this time who I'm excited to have on the podcast. Recently, Southern California-based Infamous Stiffs released a new single entitled Loose Screwz off their upcoming EP entitled The Ornery Six. Plus, their next single, Evel Mann, is featured in the Jason Statham movie, A Working Man. Please welcome the vocalist for Infamous Stiffs, Scott Wilkins.
And that's when the crowd clapped, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How's it going now?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. It's awesome to have you on the podcast. I recently checked out Infamous Stiffs, and I dig what you guys are doing.
Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. We do what we do, and we play what we play, and yeah, we just spit it out and throw it out there, and people like it. They clamp on, and we go, man, go.
So I'm kind of curious. So with like the band kind of starting like at the beginning, like obviously because like all the band members, you guys have been lengthy music careers. So like how did you guys form the band?
So originally the band was stuck in a little tiny room in Orange County, and I guess they rifled through a singer, and then I got a call from him, and we just started writing. It clicked right away. We started writing, and about I think our second or third show, COVID hit, and so there was that whole long COVID thing, and but during that time, we said, "Fuck it, we're going to record anyways," and we did, and we got rid of that particular drummer and got another guy. His name's Ryland Steen, who played I can't remember for the life of me what current band he's in, but he also plays in a band called that 70s band called America. Been through the desert on a horse.
Yep, I'm familiar.
So he sat in, he knocked it out of the park, learned the songs. We recorded it in like 3 or 4 days at Pot of Gold Studios in Orange County. And just kind of so, and then we decided to do videos because we couldn't play live. So if you go to our YouTube page, you'll see the videos and stuff. So we DIY'd all those. We have a bunch of friends that work in Hollywood and stuff, in the movies and all that good stuff. And nobody was working. So everybody was like, yeah, man, sign me up. I'll do it. I mean, we had, people that were nominated for Oscars and shit. They're all old punk rockers. And so they decided to help out. We knocked a bunch of them out. We did a live stream while everybody was sitting on their couches. But then COVID kept going and going and going. Then when it broke, we finally started playing out again, bunch punk rock bowling, all these cool shows. And then to where we are now, the bass player and the second guitar player had life got in the way. So they kind of went over their way. And so I instantly got my buddy Troy, from the Bay Area, from my old bands, on drums, and then of course Mark, who's been there from the beginning, on guitar, and myself. And so that's where we are at this current time.
Awesome lineup, obviously, Bay Area musicians. But yeah, it's very cool, obviously, doing what you, with the live streams and stuff during, COVID. So I'm kind of curious, so kind of jumping ahead down to kind of the current state of Infamous Stiffs. As I said, you guys have an upcoming EP. So like, what can people expect from this EP?
So we're releasing it by singles. This is all self-funded. It's all DIY. Everything, the videos, everything. Everybody volunteers their time, etc. We pay to go in and record. So this is all completely DIY. And this particular release that we're doing with the 6 songs, the Ornery Six, is we still got that piss and vinegar in us. So that punk rock side of us stays exactly there in that lane. And I think you'll find that out. one of the songs that the last song that we'll release of the singles for the 6 songs is a song called Top Secret, which is a nod to a old California punk band called the Controllers, who then turned into Chaos. And we're currently DIYing that video together because unfortunately Johnny Stingray, the guitar player, had just died before we released it. I really wanted, he gave us, yeah, you guys go for it. But unfortunately passed away from Parkinson's before we were able to play it for him, etc. But we're looking to get out a really cool video that'll pay homage to him and so on and so forth. We like that underground, you know what I mean? It's always the Misfits and Minor Threat and the Germs and X, but everybody forgets there's all these other bands that were right there. So yeah, we pulled that. So that'll happen. We also have a mellow tune on this album as well. We're older guys now. So we have a lot of people, good friends, people that we consider in the tribe that have died. So we wrote a song called Lone Soul. And my friend who just died from cancer, he kind of helped me finish the lyrics to that song. In the when you're dying, I don't want to sound like a bum out, but when you're dying, you have 2 types of emotions that you go through. One is very angry, and the other is very melancholy. And so that's what that song. We're not releasing it as a single, but when we release the full EP, you'll be able to hear it from there. So we'll pepper a little bit of everything in there. And then the next one that we're currently doing right now, we don't have a title for it, but the next one that we're currently doing right now, one of the songs is kind of what's going on with the country right now. Basically the whole world. It's not just this country. It's the whole damn world. It's rock and roll. So we do some rock and roll with some piss and vinegar up in it.
Oh, right on. Obviously, I've checked out some, obviously the singles you've released so far. I very much enjoyed Loose Screwz because it just has that kind of like punch you in the face, kind of like punk rock to it, which I very much enjoyed. But so kind of with this like set of songs, was it a different writing and recording experience compared to the debut album?
Well, it was and it wasn't, just because we were going through a transformation with the bass player that was it. So he was rather new, really new when we had these. So we already had the songs in the books, but we wanted him to put his little flavor on it. So it wasn't really any different. The situation is different, of course, but that's about it. But as far as the writing process goes, it's really not all that different than what we've always continued to do. So I think it's still on the level.
With that, I did also want to highlight, so you have the next single, which I saw, which is released in June, it would be Evel Mann, which is featured in A Working Man. So like, how does it feel to have this song in this Jason Statham movie?
It's rad. You know why it's rad? I'm going to tell you why it's rad. I haven't even seen the movie, so I don't give a shit. But it's rad because it paid for the recording. You know what I mean? So you gotta hustle and do what you can to get what you can, so you can do more. You know what I mean? And they offered us that little tiny. It's just a little tiny slot. It's a bar scene, and I guess it's like a heavy metal bar, what have you. He goes in there and people are shooting pool, and out of the jukebox in the background comes Evel Mann. So, yeah, that's how it got in. So it's cool. You know what I mean? Something to put on the old bucket list.
Oh, for sure. And did you know about this ahead of time, or is this more of a surprise for you?
No, total surprise. We didn't know. So 2 guys in the band, one's an editor, the other does sound for movies. So they, in music, it's not what you do as much as it is who you know. And then if anybody tells you any different, they're lying to make friends. Trust me. I've been doing this a really, really long time. And it's who you know and not what you do. Because, I mean, I'm sure you've interviewed bands that you thought like, oh, my God, this band should be huge. And the next thing you're reading they're non-existent anymore. They gave it a couple of years and they tried, but they just got beat down. You know what I mean? Because it ain't cheap being in a band. So anyway, so it wasn't a surprise. It was like, hey, these guys are offering us, and we're like, we threw all of our songs at them, and they picked Evel Mann.
Oh, right. Well, I saw the promo clip. I think it's on the Infamous Stiff YouTube channel, and just obviously from the scenes I saw and the music, it just matches it very well.
Yeah. You know who did that was our bass player. So he's an editor in Hollywood. He's done tons of, and we were also in a Netflix series too called Dead Boy Detectives with a song called Shakedown. So it's on, I believe, episode 6, season 1. At the very end, when the titles roll, it's our song Shakedown. So that gave us a few extra dollars too. So we use this and we put it in the kitty, and then we use it and we go out and we, okay, Dave Irish, who owns Pot of Gold, we want to record. So look, man, here's a couple bucks here, here's a couple bucks there. You know what I mean? So that's how we do it. Because we're always in the red. You know what I mean?
I feel that. Yeah. As am I.
Yeah. Right. So you do it for the love of it, just like you love doing it. We do it because I get it, now it's like hardwired in us. You know what I mean? And it isn't just punk rock either. I mean, with our other bands, we've done metal and all kinds of other, rock and roll stuff. And so, but pretty much rock and roll.
I gotcha. For sure. So now I'm kind of curious. So with this this set of songs, the singles and the upcoming EP you're set to release, for you, do you have a favorite song out of this set of songs?
I really like No Static. And by the way, that was Troy's stamp. So when he came in the band, he's like, hey, I have this riff. And so he was fresh and new. And we're like, so we grabbed hold of it and built around that. I hate singing it live because it's hard to breathe. I wrote way too many. It's just too much. But I really think that Top Secret and Lone Soul are my favorite. Especially I'm leaning towards Lone Soul more. At first I wasn't sure. But the more I play it for people and the more people listen to it, they really like it. I'm completely surprised at their answers of why. Because it's more of a mellower type song. It's not a ballad. Don't worry. It's not a ballad. It's just a mellower type song than what we would normally do. But so I think those 3 are my favorite right now, subject to change.
So curious for you. So when writing and recording songs and releasing them, how do you know when a song is complete?
When we're tired of it. Meaning for us, I don't know about anybody else. You go through that process and you go and you roll and you're doing your 4/4s or whatever, however you build your song. It's, you sit back and you listen to it. We demo it up for ourselves. We go in, maybe tweak a couple of things, and just to where you just can't tweak it anymore. And you just, look, I think this is it right here. Let's just go here. And, like I said, when we go into Pot of Gold, especially with David Irish, he's like our producer too. So he's our 5th ear. So he'll go in there and oh, fuck, we didn't even hear that because we got so hung up in some other type of bullshit. So that's what's great working with him too. And so, I mean, it can go all the way up to the recording when we decide, because like I said, it could change right there. Hey, I'm hearing this all of a sudden, I'm hearing a trombone or a tuba solo or something. I don't know. So that's kind of how we do it in a nutshell. We've been playing so long in all kinds of different other bands and stuff like that. The writing process with this group that we have is pretty easy, provided life doesn't get in the way. Everybody works. So, there's life, work, and then, the music, of course. I don't really have a formula different than anybody else. I don't think so. And I don't think anybody really does with our situation. That is work, life, music. You know what I mean? You get together. Hey, I got this riff. Let's listen to it and let's build on it from there.
Oh, definitely for sure. So now as we're kind of closing out this interview, so I'm kind of curious, for you and Infamous Stiffs, what's the rest of the 2025 looking like for you guys?
We're going to do shows. I know this is going to air later, but we're going to go up to San Francisco and play a show at the Kilowatt there on the 10th. And it's a free show in the afternoon. And that's anybody that knows me or Troy or Dave, for me, that's my old stomping grounds in the Mission District in San Francisco. So I'm really looking forward to that. And we're playing with some friends, Jackson Saints, and a new band out of Salt Lake City called Way, which a good friend of ours, Spock's in. He's bringing that out. So it should be pretty fun. And, just do shows here and there periodically and record. Just record. And we put out videos. We just do them by ourselves. You know what I mean? Whoever we can get to volunteer to do it, and most everybody does. So that's about it, live and record video if we can. It's hard sometimes.
Oh no, it definitely, especially with, as you were talking about earlier with, work and life and the band, it's hard to balance all of that.
Yeah, it's tricky. You can do it, but it's tricky.
Oh, for sure. Definitely is possible. But I definitely look forward to hearing, obviously, more new music from you guys. I've been obviously enjoying the new set of singles that have released so far. So I'm looking forward to more new music from you guys later this year.
Awesome. And you will. We'll send you right before the EP gets out. I'll send you the other couple of tracks before then as well. All right.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to it. But now, closing out this interview, so where are the best places to find Infinite Stiffs online?
Facebook, Instagram. Look, we'll post shows and flyers there. We'll do video clips like you mentioned before. Our YouTube channel, of course. Subscribe to that because that's the first place all video stuff gets put to is there. And I don't know if you know, but it's weird. Like YouTube is trying to get in the Facebook type of thing where you can now post and so forth. I didn't know that. I think it's new. Is it new?
Or... I think it was late last year or something like that.
Yeah. So it's kind of fresh. So we do a little bit of that when we have time to do it. Kind of keep within there. We have our website, of course. We should, I believe, by the beginning of summer, we'll have a bunch of fresh new merch up there for everybody to buy. And of course, the first LP that we did on vinyl and CD. And and I believe that's probably the best place to do it. And of course, all that streaming. I tell everybody, look, Spotify, all that, great, whatever. But I tell everybody the best thing to do is for bands, especially like us, is to go to Bandcamp and drop a buck in the bucket. You know what I mean? Because that just goes towards petrol for the next gig, merchandise, recording, etc. It's easier. I mean, you can steal it you can get it off of Spotify or Apple or whatever you pay for. It's all there, on all of them. But I really push people towards Bandcamp, any band towards that. It's greatly appreciated.
Oh no, it definitely is too. And obviously, as you said, the proceeds go to helping out the band with everything. Totally. And it helps out more than, streams on Spotify.
Yeah, I mean, it totally does. But we don't get paid for any of the other stuff. We don't have enough streams. I mean, even Snoop Dogg complained about it. You know what I mean? So you can just imagine any other band. But if you go to Bandcamp, they actually kick down more to the artist than anywhere else.
Oh, for sure. And I think it's one Friday a month they do, they waive their fees. So the bands get, I think, 100% of the profit or almost 100%.
Yeah, but always go in there and check. And Bandcamp really helps out the artist. If you're going to buy it, drop it. You can still stream it for free. But if you dig it, throw us a buck or two, man. It don't hurt.
Definitely. Well, I will leave some links for Infinite Stiffs in the description of this podcast. Please check out and support them. I'll have the Bandcamp link and everything in there. So please buy some merch and support them.
Awesome.
For Scott Wilkins of the Infamous Stiffs, I'm your host always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Super Cool Radio. And remember, stay frosty.